Hello everyone, this is Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, if we check back the previous video, you know we're traveling, we're in a different setting, but I did a few energy drink reviews here before. Of course, this is energy crisis, well, it's not an energy drink, I'm not an energy drink, this show is not an energy drink. This is an energy drink right here. Monster Gronk. But this is, as a matter of fact, Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. And I'm your host, reporter of the week, of course, as always. And here we are. Here we are. We're here. We're settled in. And I said, let's do a review. Specifically, I said, why not? Let's do an energy drink review. And I figured it would be a good time to try one. And this drink, I've really been looking for, like crazy, as they say. But I really have. I've been looking for this drink far and wide, and to no avail. I wasn't able to find it. I went from gas station to gas station, convenience store to convenience store, supermarket to supermarket. Everyone was saying, "Review bra, get this drink. Review this drink. Just get the drink, damn it, review bra." You know, and everyone was just saying that over and over. And I was looking and I was looking and I couldn't find it anywhere. Well, finally, I found it. I found it, I got it, and here it is. What is it exactly? We'll hold it up for you. Monster Energy Gronk, it's called. I don't know if you can really see it too well, but it's Monster Energy Gronk right here. Cut the nails, review, bro. Let's pay attention to the drink for now. Monster Energy Gronk, that's what it's called. It's called Monster Energy Gronk. And, you know, Monster, every now and then, they come out with like a new type of flavor. Monster does. They come out with some different drinks that they periodically test out from time to time that have been heretofore reviewed on this channel. You can check them out. And I said, well, let's add this one up. We finally found it, so here we go. Monster Energy Gronk, it's called. First I thought it was the stupidest name I've ever heard to call a drink, you know, Gronk. Sounds like some noise maybe some animal would make, you know, Gronk. But that's what it's called, Monster Energy Gronk. It's actually named after an NBA basketball player, actually, called Mr. Gronkowski. And I thought it was interesting. Nutrition facts for the can: serving size 8 ounces, servings per container are 2, 220 calories per can, 0 grams of fat, 55 grams of, or 52 grams of sugar, 0 grams of protein, has vitamin B2, B3, B6, and B12 in this drink. Some ingredients include carbonated water, sugar, glucose, citric acid, taurine, natural and artificial flavors, blah blah blah. Monster Energy Blend is glucose, taurine, phenol extract, caffeine, L-carnitine, glucolactone, guarana, etc., etc. Caffeine, 72 milligrams per 8 ounces, 144 milligrams per can. Consume responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry if I keep trying to crouch down the camera. The view of this camera is just a very weird one. It's like it's always perpetually zoomed in, yet it's not. But hey, it's HD, right? Alright. Rob Gronkowski. He's a beast on the football field and a party animal on the off-season. In other words, he's a monster kind of guy. Yep, you know what I am. I'm all review on camera, and then I'm just all party off camera. Who better to partner with on our latest, or who better to partner with on our latest all-pro creation, Gronk. We re-engineered the flavor and added our tried-and-true energy blend to deliver the Big Bad Buzz Only Monster can. Unleash the beast. MonsterEnergy.com, the letter F, the camera, the bird, and the button with the triangle in it. And here's actually a picture of Mr. Gronkowski on the can, ready to tee off on the putting green. As we all know, Mr. Gronkowski, he's a famous pro golfer. He actually, I think he won the PGA tournament twice back in '02. So let's open this up. And let's pour it out into the wine glass right here. I know you can see this, but I just want to hold it up and show everyone, so let's pour it out here. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Behold, Monster Gronk. Monster Gronk, what does it look like? It is almost a definitive amber in color. you could go as far as to say it's an orange in color, but I'd say it's more of a reddish orange. But definitely, there's a good deal of orange in this, for sure. You know, again, you could say amber, you can say orange, but definitely a bit of orange in there. Has a sweet scent to it, so let's just take a few sips here, and you know what it tastes like. So Monster Gronk, going in. There's a very easy way to describe this right now, but I consider it being a cop-out, but I'll just say it as it is anyways. If you've drinking Red Bull in the past, and I'm sure many of us watching an energy drink review have, as we all know Red Bull's a very popular drink, if you've had Red Bull in the past, it tastes exactly like it. And that's it. It tastes exactly like Red Bull. But we'll talk more about it, of course. But if you really want just a quick answer, it tastes like Red Bull, and that's all there is to it. What does it taste like in further detail, though? Well, as I said, and as I will now reiterate, if you've had Red Bull, it tastes exactly like Red Bull. I don't know how they can get away with that, just ripping off the exact same flavor, but they did, and that's what there is to it. Now Monster, I always say, Monster does a good job with drinks. They always do a real good job with the flavors. And Red Bull, you know, I'll drink Red Bull. Doesn't, you know, I'm a Monster person, but I'll drink Red Bull. Red Bull doesn't really bother me any, so I've drank Red Bull plenty of times in the past, and I think Red Bull's fine. To drink a Monster beverage that tastes exactly like it, it's a bit weird, but, you know, it's tolerable. Alright, now, delving into what it, you know, really does taste like. Very carbonated. I don't know if you can really see it. Wasn't too evident, believe it or not, actually drinking it, but it is very carbonated, this drink. So very carbonated. When you take the first sip, you get that wave of effervescence from the carbonation, that little, not quite stinging, but that bubbling, tingling sensation on your tongue from all the bubbles popping. That kind of cancels out any flavors within the first, you know, half a second. Then when it comes into your mouth, you'll notice three main characteristics. Now the first characteristic of this beverage is the sweetness, alright? It is a very, very sweet beverage, okay? Overwhelming sweetness you're going to notice in this drink. Okay. Now characteristic number two, you're also going to notice, is a hint of tanginess in the beverage. Now, think of it in terms of citrus. When you drink a citrus-type beverage, you know, say it's actually specifically flavored to be lemon or lime, you know, specifically those two, you almost get that little bit of a sour tanginess to it, right? Always goes with the flavor, though. You always get the lemony flavor, and then it's got that little kick to it. That little tangy, soury kick to it. Get the lime drink, got that, you know, that limey, soury type of kick to it. This has that kick to it as well, although it doesn't really have any sort of particular citrus to go off of, alright? So you get this sweet beverage, very carbonated, that kick to it, and then it has a flavor of its own. If you've seen the previous reviews, you know that Monster has a flavor of its own. And you know there's other things that have a flavor of their own too. You have apples, for instance. Well, you know, what do apples taste like? It tastes like an apple, you know? And they have a flavor of their own. Okay, not everything can be broken down into every single component. Some things are eventually just original flavors. They are what they are, and that's what they taste like. That's how this drink is as well. It has that Red Bull type of taste. Red Bull has a flavor of its own. This has a flavor of its own as well, but exactly mimicking that of a Red Bull. So what you should notice in this beverage, as I reiterate, very sweet, very carbonated, has that little bit of a kick to it, and also tastes exactly, literally, like Red Bull. So, you know, we finally found it. There's so much hype about it. I'm a bit disappointed, truth be told, because you get it, and it just tastes like another drink. And another very widely available drink as well. Kind of makes you wonder, well, I pretty much went out all my way to get this drink, you know, that tastes like Red Bull, but it's in a different can, you know, and you can say that, but it's just disappointing. It tastes perfectly fine, tastes good, even, but, you know, it just, it tastes like Red Bull, you know? You can go to the store, buy a Red Bull, don't have to do all the searching for it, and it tastes exactly the same, so it's disappointing, to say the least. Price-wise, you know, this is usually now around, I got this one for around $2, could be $3 even. I saw one store actually tried to sell this for $5 because, you know, Gronk Monster. I think that's just blatant scamming, though. But, you know, price is pretty average for the drink. Taste is, I mean, it tastes good, but it's just a rip-off of Red Bull, and that's very disappointing. So, out of 10, what am I going to be giving Monster Gronk? Out of 10, I'm just going to, I mean, it tastes okay. The price is okay, but the fact that it's literally, I mean, it's different, you know, when you're saying I want this drink to be like blueberries. Well, only so many things it could do to a blueberry flavored beverage. When it tastes exactly like Red Bull, though, I mean, that's just copying, you know, something that was already original. It's just copying another brand, you know. There's no generic flavor called Red Bull. You know, it tastes exactly like it. So the fact of the matter is, I mean, that's a bit real disappointing. So I'm going to have to give Monster Gronk, just because of that, I'm just going to have to give it, you know, a 6.5 out of 10. 7.5 is average, 6.5 is a little bit below average, and I just have to give it that rating because, you know, they just copied another brand, and, you know, there's nothing really, you know, honorable about that at all. But that's what it has. It tastes perfectly fine otherwise, but just because of that, it's very disappointing in that regard. But it's a fine drink, that's why it's not rated any lower, but that's all I have for you. Again, I'm sorry for the stupid camera. I just have a bad feeling that just completely ruined the shot, and I'm sitting out of the shot, and my head's cut off or something, but I know it might have looked stupid pouring the drink out, and, well, as soon as I was talking bad about the camera, it shut off on me, so I guess it didn't like, you know, having that smack talk said about it. Anyways, that concludes this review. That's all I got. Kirk out.